Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. I always wait for my face to pop up here, because I'm just seeing a blank screen at the moment. And it's always awkward, because I don't know if I'm actually being streamed right now or not. It says live, says excellent connection. For some reason my upload speed is higher than my download speed. It's bizarre. Anyway, there I am. So, now, finger stretch. Again, feels like I'm not making any progress because I'm not practicing every day like I should be. For some reason, I don't know. I did on Monday, then suddenly 4 days passed and now it's Friday. Now I probably won't get to again until Monday. So, anyway. Disappointing. Still on finger stretches because I started everything all over again. So,
hey, how you doing? Justin here.
I forgot what module I got up to. Was it number 5? I do want to get this entire course, beginner course, done by the end of the year at least. Which is still pretty sad since I had this guitar 10 years ago. I got it for Christmas 2014. Somehow it's 10 years. And I've not done the beginner course yet. Although these videos weren't up there at that time. But he had older videos. He's been around a while. He looks very aged compared to when I first saw him 10 years ago. I'm sure I look very aged as well.
Back with you for a finger stretching exercise for beginners. Now some of you are going to find this exercise really hard. Some of you are going to find it relatively easy. It just depends a bit on your anatomy. If you've got really long fingers, really short fingers, really flexible fingers.
Yeah.
So it will be a little different for everyone. I'm going to show you the kind of the process and where I think that you want to get it to at least, particularly those of you that got short fingers or not very flexible fingers. Now, the exercise itself is really simple. It's important to realize it's not a speed exercise. Okay, so don't go trying to do it faster. That's not the point. The point is slow and feeling a stretch in your fingers. So it's much more like kind of a yoga thing.
I believe the point is to give yourself osteoporosis, because I read some things about doctors can tell which instrument you play by which medical problems you have.
You don't do those kind of things really quickly if you're stretching before any sort of exercise. You don't do it real fast because you'll injure yourself. The idea is that you do it really slowly and you kind of feel it stretch a bit. You should feel this exercise not hurt, but you should feel it stretching. Okay, if it's not stretching, you're not doing it hard enough, like you haven't got enough stretch, not pressing harder, obviously, just you need to make it a bit more stretchy if you find it too easy. So I found when I was doing this left-handed that even this basic one at the 5th fret, I could kind of get my fingers in the right spot, but it mostly hurt in here, in this muscle between my thumb and my first finger. Now, that's also one of the things that develops with this exercise. So it's partly to do with finger flexibility, partly to do with finger strength, partly to do with getting your little finger involved, and partly for developing this muscle between your thumb and the first finger, as well as independence and picking different strings. There's a load of stuff going on in this exercise. Speaking of picking, for this exercise we're going to use all down picks. Okay, you might find it helpful just to anchor your little finger there on the off together with our first finger at the 5th fret of the thickest string. You want to try and keep that finger nice and parallel, so not too much of an angle like that. There are chords and times where we use our fingers at an angle, but this exercise isn't one of them. So we're going to play that one note, then we're going to put our second finger down 1 fret higher, trying to get it up next to the fret if you can. Then your third finger is going to go again 1 fret higher, trying to get it next to the fret if you can, i.e. like not here at the back of the fret, because we know that's likely to give you that buzzy sound. So trying to get it right up next to the fret if you can. Then little finger. Now I've got a really little finger, so for me that's already makes for a little bit of a stretch. Not with this hand, okay, I can easily stretch a bit further than this, but for my left hand, when I'm playing left-handed, so my right hand is doing the stretch. Just doing that was already difficult, so don't be upset or feel like you're not going to be good at guitar if you're finding that difficult. That's pretty normal. So then we're going to move it on to the next string. So we're now going to play the first finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string. Going to play that, then second finger, third finger, and then little finger. Now it's not designed to go in a hurry. If you can see, I'm kind of keeping my fingers roughly where they should be. Now, this exercise is relatively easy for me now. If you want to go and watch me doing it left-handed, it doesn't look anywhere near so easy, I can promise you. And even just doing this much is really hard. Now, there's a few things here to notice. First of all, the second and third fingers tend to kind of join together, and the first and fourth fingers tend to spread apart, and that's normal. That's just to do with the anatomy of our hands. So don't feel like they should all be square on, because it's just not possible. Our fingers all kind of join into the palm, so they kind of meet in the middle. That's how they work. So doing this kind of exercise, you'll always find that second and third fingers sit together a little bit, first and little fingers kind of splay out a little bit sideways. So don't worry about that in the slightest. What you're aiming for, particularly on the thinner string, most people will find just that difficult. Curling the fingers right around so that the fingers are going first, second, third, fourth, right up next to the frets, trying to keep the palm there parallel with the fretboard, if you can. But again, that's going to be pretty difficult. Most of you will find it's a bit more like that, like little finger will have trouble curling up. Again, like with everything else I've talked about with this course, you've got to be a bit forgiving with yourself at these early stages. If you find this really tough, that's okay. Just stick with it. All of us can touch our toes if we put a bit of effort into doing a bit of stretching every day. I struggle actually to touch my toes. I've got terribly tight hamstrings. But the idea is that if you find something, particularly physical things that are difficult, you just have to work on it. Whether it's getting strong or weightlifting or running or flexibility or whatever. And this part of guitar, this aspect of the guitar is quite physical, and you just have to keep doing it. So this exercise I'm going to prescribe 2 minutes a day for the next week or two. And just really taking it nice and slowly, just working your way up. Let's just do the whole exercise now. So do first finger, second finger, third finger, and then fourth finger. But we're not in a hurry. And then we're going to move it down a string. Trying to keep each one. Now I'm going to do, probably for some of you, will look a bit more like this. Like you won't be able to hold it, so your fingers will be like this. And then you have to try and put that finger, and then when you go to do this, your first finger wants to sneak up with it, but you've got to try and hold it back. So trying to get that third finger in, and then the little finger, oh come on, just, if that's what happens, that's okay. You're trying to get this stretch out like that to try and make it feel like it's getting wider, like your grip is getting wider. But like I said, if your finger's like this and you find, what you don't want is to let first finger slide up like that. So the first finger is now out of position. That's what you don't want. So you want to make sure, even all of the way through, if second finger's there, first finger's trying to sneak up, try and keep first finger back. Even if third finger won't go any further than that, that's okay. Little finger, come on. You want it to go there, but if it's only going to get to there, that's okay. Don't let first finger off, okay?
Think I'll stop there, since I did it up and down already. So let's move on to chord perfect practice D minor chord. I've not done that in a while. Let's see it.
Hey, how you doing? Justin back with you today for a look at the D minor chord. Now, I know that you all know the difference between a major chord and a minor chord is very often one note. In fact, it is definitely that case for these beginner open minor chords that we're learning. We've already had a look at A minor and E minor. Hope they're going splendidly. So today we're looking at D minor. Now, let's have a look at the chord first of all. Now, this is how I'm going to teach you to play it. It's using your little finger on the third fret of the second string. Now, the traditional fingering is using 1, 2, and 3.
I was actually kind of confused when I was trying to remember how to play this chord, whether it was the pinky finger or the third finger. Obviously, I think the third finger is actually easier. I'm not sure actually.
Most people will find getting the third finger up near the fret very difficult, so they end up playing it back like that, and then you get often get...
Let's see. I actually saw a YouTube short recently, someone else playing the D minor with their pinky, and someone in the comments said, "Why are you using your pinky? Use your third finger." So I guess it's up for debate.
This dead note in the middle of your minor chord, which just isn't really a happening sound at all. Using your little finger is good for quite a few different reasons. One, it's fairly easy to get to compared to using having your third finger like that far away from your second finger, which most people, as I said, will probably struggle with. But it's also good to get a little bit of action for the little finger, so it can get used to the idea that it's going to have to press down strings, because we will need to use the little finger on the guitar as well. Not loads, but we'll have to use it at least a little bit. So that's the fingering that I'd recommend. If you look, there's a regular D chord, if you just look at the dots there. So we are just moving this note here on the thinner string back 1 fret. That you could play a D like that really, with the first finger slid up. That's not how I'd recommend that you play a D. This is, however, the way that legendary singer, songwriter and incredible acoustic guitar player James Taylor plays his D chords. So we are just moving this note here on the thinner string back 1 fret. That you could play a D like that really, with the first finger slid up. That's not how I'd recommend that you play a D. This is, however, the way that legendary singer, songwriter and incredible acoustic guitar player James Taylor plays his D chords. It's not what I would recommend for you at all. There's a lot of...
The song I want to practice later on, Ain't No Sunshine, has A, E and D minor chords, so luckily I don't need to practice D minor to D at the moment.
You try and get your way all of the way up to the thinner string.
Yeah.
A lot of reasons why you wouldn't choose that, but you know, open 4th string is not ringing out clearly. It's almost like all D chords. We're not playing the thickest 2 strings, so we'd start with the open 4th string, then the 3rd string, the 2nd string, and then the 1st string. It's the sound of our D minor chord. So, common problem. If the open 4th string is not ringing out clearly, it's almost certainly the tip of the 2nd finger there that's just kind of pressing up and muting it, so just make sure that one's back away from it. This note here with the 2nd finger should be okay. If it's not, it's potentially little finger pressing up too high, so make sure little finger tip is not touching the 3rd string at all. The note with the little finger should be okay unless you're struggling with the strength element, like you're finding it really difficult to press down with the little finger, which is kind of a fair comment. If it's way back and you're getting the buzzy sound, that's your culprit right there. In that case, you may as well just be using your 3rd finger if you're happy to get the buzz sound. You really want to try and get that little finger right up close to the fret and right on the fingertip if you can. Most commonly, I guess, the note that people struggle with here is the thinner string with little finger leaning down just that little bit too far. It is just pushing the hand slightly forward so that the little finger comes more onto the tip. That's the trick. Just thinking here, the hand moving forward away from the neck. And there you go, and you should have it. For the chord perfect exercise, it really is just take your hand off, 1st finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, or all together if you're feeling a bit more confident later in the week. Then strum, make any corrections. Give it a strum again.
Why can't I hear the high note as much as I can hear him playing it? Not sure, but anyway. Wow, time goes fast when you're watching the videos as well. So, chord perfect practice D minor chord for 1 minute. So, no. There we are. Let's practice that. Whichever chord you find most difficult. I guess that would be the D minor chord, so let's do it again, I guess. Well, it's not really difficult to play, but it will be difficult to change to in the chord changes. So, next I have whichever changes you find most difficult. I think I got to 60 with one of them, I don't remember which. It might have been A minor to E, and then I think I counted 70 on another one. I don't remember which one that was in my last stream. But I got 30 at least on the other one, probably 40 or 50. I might as well practice the D minor chord changes, because the song Ain't No Sunshine has A, E and D minor, so it makes sense to practice those ones. Only two supposed to be practicing there. So I guess I could try D minor to E and then D minor to A. So there's two. Yeah. Whoa. These clocks are so confusing. Well, that's completely wrong. There we are. Adding on 10 seconds just so I can get ready. D minor is there. A is here. This is gonna be not great, I guess. Two, one. That was 41. And I'm just going to change it from my headphones to monitor speakers so I can hear it when it stops more clearly. Okay, that wasn't so bad, but I was kind of hesitating a bit with this first finger there on the first, is that on the first string? Yeah. Now it's D minor to E. Start the clock. One, oh, two, three, seven, got to 40, so pretty much the same. I think I did a bit better on the other one. Yeah, kinda clunky. I don't know when the last time I even tried that change was. It must have been probably at least 3 months ago, 4 months ago, probably, which is sad. So, oh no, old faithful strumming. I don't like the strumming stuff. I'm not good at strumming. I try to avoid the strumming.
Hey, how you doing, Justin? Back with you again for a chat about missing down strums. Now, as I kind of alluded to in the intro, this doesn't sound like it to be very difficult, right? Especially if you're just doing down strums. I said to you, okay, we're going to miss the third down strum in the 3 and 4. And I think I alluded to the fact that that was an important strumming pattern because of something we were going to do this week. And what we're going to do this week is miss beat 3 out of that pattern. So the pattern's going to be 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
Didn't realise my knuckle hair had got grown so long. But I guess it's been growing for 3 years, so.
Down, down, up, miss, up, down. Okay, now we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about this. We're going to spend a bit of time actually doing it together. This is the most common rhythm pattern used in music. Okay, if you play guitar, you've heard music that's got guitar in it, you've heard this strumming pattern. It is really, really popular because it sounds really good. It's not a bad thing. It would be my recommended strumming pattern to start off with. No matter what song you play, this pattern will probably work. There are times where it doesn't work, of course. There are some songs that won't suit. But if you're nice and slow, just 1, 2, 3, 4. Start off with that. 2, 3, 4. This is a lesson that you should be playing along with me. If you haven't got your guitar in your hand, pause the video, go grab your guitar and join in. It'll make it a lot better for you. Okay, so we're just using the muted strings again for strumming practice. And we're just strumming 1, 2, 3, 4. But we notice that the hand move is moving consistently all the time. So it's actually already going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Even if we're not strumming the up. Now we're going to move into doing that pattern that we talked about last week. So it'll be 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down. That's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, just keeping it nice and slow. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. It's worth doing a little bit of this. Don't be in a hurry. 3 and 4. If you count it out loud as well, that can really help. So count along with it. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, one more, and now we're going to move to the new pattern where we miss out the 3. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and miss. Up, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. That's down, down, up, miss, up, down. Down, down, up, miss, up, down. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Last one. 2, and 3, and 4. Now, this kind of repetition is really important when it comes to strumming patterns. As soon as you try and apply the strumming patterns to songs, it gets a whole lot more complicated because you're thinking about the chords and the strumming and the timing and the words and the singing. Well, there's so many different things to be thinking about. So when you're practicing strumming, I really recommend this idea of just muting the strings. If you want to do it with a metronome, that's a really good idea at this point. You don't have to. It depends on how comfortable you're feeling with the metronome. If you're finding that really difficult, you might have to do a bit of extra work doing a real simple strumming pattern, like just 4 down strums with the metronome and getting used to that. If you're feeling like, yeah, I'm kind of cool with this.
Let's move on very quickly from the strumming stuff, because I can't stand it. At least applying it to chords and things. I mean, I'll probably be okay, but I just don't do it. A riff. Let's learn Sunshine of Your Love. I already learned this months ago. Months and months probably. So I don't know why I'm still stuck
Hey,
here.
how you doing? Justin back with you for a whole heap of fun today. We're checking out the riff for Sunshine of Your Love by Cream. Picking too much, most of the fun is going to be in the fretting hand. So let me play you the riff first of all so you can see what it is we're going to be doing. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the rhythm count for it, but it's fairly complicated and it'd actually be much easier if you've just heard it. So if you're not familiar with the song Sunshine of Your Love by Cream, go and check it out on whatever streaming service it is that you like and have a listen to it a few times to get it in your ear. Because if you don't know it at all, it is going to be a bit of a tricky one to learn. So assuming that you're at least familiar with the rhythm, let's talk about the fingering a bit. We're starting with the third finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string. We're going to play that note twice. Then we're going to play the 3rd fret on the same string with the first on the 5th fret of the 5th string. We're going to play that note twice. Then we're going to play the 3rd fret on the same string with the first finger, and then back play the 3rd fret on the same string with the first finger, and then back to the 5th fret with the 3rd finger. So this. That's the count. The rhythm count would be 1 and 2 and, okay, 1 and 2 and, 5th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret. It's with your 3rd finger, 1st finger, 3rd finger. Now after that, we're going to move the 3rd finger down onto the 5th fret on the thickest string, and then we're going to play the 4th fret with the 2nd finger and the 3rd fret with the 1st finger. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So then after we've reached down the end, we're going back to the note we started on, the 5th fret on the 5th string, 1st finger then on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and then back to our starting note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1.
Wait a minute, what finger is that?
1 and 2 and 3.
4, it's that one. Doesn't sound like that one. Might be something wrong with my strings. That does not sound correct.
4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4.
Oh, it's up here, that's why. Is it? Well, I'm just gonna assume it is. Yeah. Third.
Now ideally you want to kind of keep your fingers spread out where they are ready to go. So you see I don't really have to move much my hand. The fingers are kind of all ready to go. That wasn't the case when I tried to play it left-handed. I've got to be honest, I found it actually surprisingly difficult, almost to the point where I was like, well, maybe this riff's too hard for this stage and maybe I should move it later. But by the end of a couple of weeks I kind of mostly had it, and I'd really noticed my picking had improved, my pick accuracy. One of the things that you get from doing this kind of riff practice is the synchronization between the hands, the fact that you're playing a note and your fingers are moving at the same time. And that's one of those things that I didn't used to teach in the beginner's course, but then people had a sudden big learning curve when they started learning scales or improvising or riffs or whatever. And I think you're better off starting with this, even if after a couple of weeks you haven't totally nailed the riff. It's okay, you're going to learn a lot in the process of practicing it. So just a couple of minutes a day trying to get that is going to help a whole lot. Now, if you're familiar with the song and you're not finding it too bad, you can move the whole thing down a string as well.
No thanks.
So literally one string toward the floor.
No thank you. So, oh no. I'll stop there, because I might make it worse. Seems like I was making it worse. Songs for Module 4. Ain't No Sunshine. So, I'm gonna be doing that. Wait 1 minute. So, I think I did get the hang of this months ago, probably. I don't remember, to be honest, how well I did or not. I'm not going to use the headphones. I'll put it through the monitor, because then I don't have to worry about the headphones falling out. I need headphones that I can put over the top. That would be useful. Wait. I'll put my thing down. I'll put it down. Oh yeah, of course I played this. I played this so many times. But probably because I got stuck with it for so long. Yeah. Well, that's completely wrong. I'm just going to take the electric off, because that E minor is so muddy. Oh no. I'm getting confused with the count as well. I'm trying to work out the count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe I just won't pause if I make a mistake. I don't know. 1. Not getting the hang of these D minor chords. No idea what he's playing right now. It looks like a C chord there. Oh no, that was wrong completely. I was thinking just I might as well start from the beginning because it's the D changes to D minor that I find tough, and it's like mostly just E minor to A minor throughout most of this song. Didn't I just do this? Oh no, wait, didn't I think earlier I was doing D minor to A and then D minor to... I don't remember actually now what I did. Did I do 1 minute chord changes D to E minor, or is it E? And A minor or A? I don't remember. Logically I would have done this, but I might have got it wrong. I'll try that again. I mean, I did hit the D minor, but it doesn't sound that strong. If I had the volume up, it would definitely sound stronger. I just don't like this E minor sound. Still sounded quite weak for D minor. Don't know why. I mean, there are less strings to play, I guess. Oops. Guess I'll try it again. I guess. So, I'm tempted to stop. I'm also tempted to sneeze. Well, maybe that was the sign to stop. Okay. I will stop. And tomorrow, well, next time I'll be moving on to Module 5 practice, even though I really want to make those D minor chords sound correct, and they just don't. I don't know why. Okay, one more time, so I can mess it up. See, I messed it up. I told you I would. I should have stopped. Still didn't sound quite right, but I'll stop. Probably have future chances to practice the D minor chord. I don't remember what I'm doing next time. Did I even get... I think this is about where I was last time. C chord, yeah, I learned the C chord, and I also learned the G chord, so I guess I was on this module, 6, right? I guess I was on module 6. I don't know, air changes, memorize easy songs, how to pass grade 1. Grade 1 feedback. I guess that's the whole of grade 1. Is that the whole of the beginner course then? I'm not sure. What happens when I get... It looks like beginner grade 1, but then there's beginner grade 2 and beginner grade 3. So actually I'm not at the end of the course because I need to get to the end of beginner grade 3. I like how it's kind of color coordinated with like martial arts. Because I know kickboxing, for instance, and you know, I think karate starts white belt, ends in black belt. I think that's meant to be black, even though it looks more purpley, but still. And it started white, yellow, orange. Brown was before black, and these colors in between I don't remember, but it might have been green, blue, purple. I don't think there was a pink belt. I think it went purple, brown, black, maybe. So I like how it's coordinated that way. It wasn't this way when I first started, you know, when I first was looking at this 10 years ago. So I should have completed all of this within, you know, 3 years max. Now it's been 10 years and I'm, yeah, not even done the beginner course yet. But by the end of this year, I will have done all of this beginner grades. Even though it's been like 7 months since I started again, and I haven't even done grade 1 yet. But something, I don't know, some excuse. I still think by the end of this year I can complete grade 3, even though I've not even looked at what's on there, and it could be very scary. But I think I'm going to create a new channel, or use the old channel that I did a long time ago. I don't know why I didn't just upload there from the beginning, but I didn't. Probably because this channel was already, I was already using it. That channel was long abandoned. But I do intend, I think, to put all my guitar stuff on one channel. So, I am actually near the end of grade 1. Although I was near the end of grade 1 2 months ago, or 4 months ago, and then I stopped for 2 months. Then I started from the beginning again, and even that, it's taking me a while. Even though I'm only doing the module practices, it's still taking me a while to just do it. So, hopefully I won't have too many days in between, and I can get to the end hopefully soon. This one was module 4, so got 5 to do again, and these 6 and 7. Well, 6 I think I already did, so I'm just doing the module practice again probably. Yeah, and then module 7, I did not do this one, module 7. I'm not really sure what this is. Strumming, improvements, why study music theory, how to pass grade 1, consolidation. So I'm pretty near the end anyway. Next time I'm just gonna do the module 5 practice. I don't remember this riff, Come As You Are, but I'll probably remember it once I've listened to it again. So I'm just gonna do the module 5 practice next time. Then the time after that, I'll probably just do a module 6 practice. And then these videos I'll have to watch in full, I think, because I've not done these at all. That one might take some time to go through all of it. Hopefully I can do it all in one video stream, perhaps. But I might have my other channel up and running by then. Not sure. We'll see. But it's the end of the hour, so I'm ending it here.